Yes. So karma means activity which we do having the desire. But what is Krishna teaching? What yesterday we learned in 4th chapter? You see karma in akarma and akarma in karma. Yes? Anything you remember anything about this? Karma in akarma in karma?
A person who is doing, bhakti and truly in the Krishna consciousness, he is doing the activity, but he will not get the action of it.
Yeah.
So this is inaction in action.
Okay, correct. Yeah.
And action, action is that Babaji who is doing that he is pretending as a sadhu, but in fact he is doing it for material world and all.
Yes. So sometimes it happens that even though a person is trying to become a Babaji, is trying to be going out, and he's trying to do meditation. Or sometimes we see, a lot of time we see that people, those who are doing some activity as a Brahmin, but meditating on some results also. Like Babaji is also meditating on that I will get this yogic siddhi. Maybe I can read the mind of the people. Maybe so many people will come to me. So he's not doing any worldly activity. He has renounced all the worldly activity. He's doing spiritual activity. But even in spiritual activity, he has some expectation. People will come and worship me. People will have a lot of respect for me. And everybody will come and glorify me. So inside the mind, there is some desire. So that is also there, even though he's not acting on the platform of work, because he has given up everything. But similarly, he's still getting the result. But same time, a person who is being in Krishna conscious and he's trying to work, doing all his duty, material duty, and very sincerely, and offer the result to the Lord. He doesn't have any expectation. And whatever he's doing, he is giving the result to the Supreme Lord. And he is working also on his behalf. God has given me body. God has given me all the facilities. Material nature has given me facilities. So I have to work just for his pleasure. Like somebody is paying you, what is our duty? We have to work for their pleasure. We don't work for our pleasure. We work for their pleasure because they are providing me everything, right? So similarly, Krishna is providing us everything: the air, the water, what do you call, rain, the food. Everything is provided by the Lord, and He is generously giving everything to us. So in return, what He wants, we offer the result to it. Sometimes people say, God is all powerful. What is the use of Him giving? He doesn't eat. He doesn't do anything. What is the use of giving Him anything? Sometimes you go, when you stand, you would have seen some people stand in Ganges, the sages or the Brahmanas, and they take the water of Ganga and offer the water into Ganga only. You have noticed sometime? You go to some holy river like Ganga, Haridwar and all, people stand in the Ganga and they take the same water and offer the same water to the Ganga. So Ganga's water only going in the Ganga, but we are doing it out of respect. Before entering into the Ganga, we just bow down. We try to take the blessing. Now I'm entering into you. And we offer the first water to Ganga herself. So Ganga, it is Ganga's water only. I'm not getting water from outside and pouring in Ganga. But this is out of respect we are doing. So similarly, when He is the provider of everything, it is our duty. Today somebody was asking, why should we do this? When everything is happening by material nature, then why should we worship Krishna? Why should we develop our relationship with Krishna? It is not a choice. Developing our relationship with Krishna is not a choice. It is our responsibility and it is our duty. The soul's duty is, because soul is a part of super soul. Like you say, why should I worship my parents? Why should I take care of my parents? It is not your choice. It is our responsibility, because they have given us birth. They have given us education. They have given a little bit thing. And we feel very responsible to take care of them, right? Whatever they want, we try to see that they are happy. We want to do things for them. They have done a little for us. Krishna is Supreme Father. Krishna has also given this, but material parents is also given by the Lord. All the facilities what my parents are giving is also facilitated by the Lord himself. We ourselves are the part and parcel. Our existence is only because his existence. Because he exists, we exist.
Mataji,
Yes.
Mataji, I had one query on the Ganga thing which you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is said that going and giving a dipping in the water of Ganges, it washes away all our sins.
Yes.
But is that in the sense I think about it and say that, okay, is is that so easy to wash away the sins?
Yeah.
That
It
if
is
you are
that.
able to go to Ganga and take a dubki in the water.
So what is the difference between, so yeah, of course, because it is mentioned in the Shastra, because Ganga is not an ordinary water. Ganga is the water which has washed the lotus feet of the Lord. How does Ganga came into being? So when the Vaman Dev had appeared, and Vaman Dev went to Bali Maharaj and he wanted the 3 steps of the land, and but he put the one in one step he just covered all the earthly planet, and then second step he went he put into the he covered the whole upper planetary system. So when he lifted his leg, and his toes touched to the highest Brahmaloka. And Brahmaloka mein, with the toes, it becomes a hole. Then Karnavalal ocean, there is a Karna ocean. And there the Mahavishnu is lying. In that water pours from there. And when it comes, then Gangaji, Brahmaji immediately takes into the Kamandal. And then the Brahma gives a drop of it. So Ganga is also celestial. It is not from the material, but any water you take and it becomes Ganga. No, it has come from the celestial planet. So Ganga, and it is a water which has washed the feet of the lotus, lotus feet of the Lord. So it has a power to purify our sin. There is no doubt about it. But the problem is that after taking dip in the Ganga, again we come out and we again do the sin. Ganga takes away the sin, but Ganga doesn't purify the heart. What is the difference between the Ganga and like to take away the sin? It says that you take the bath in Ganga or you chant the holy name of the Lord. So holy name of the Lord purifies the consciousness also not to commit those sin again. Ganga will purify the sin. Of course, Ganga will purify the sin, taking away the dip. But the thing is, the desire to commit the sin is already there, still there. So we again create the sin. So purification will happen, but heart will not purify. Then again we will commit the sin. So we cannot doubt that taking away the Ganga will not take away the sin. But taking dip in the Ganga will not take away our sin of the committing sins, nature of the committing sins again and again. It doesn't purify the consciousness, but it takes away the sin. So that is correct. I don't know which contest it was there. Now I lost my contest. What we were discussing.
Oh, sorry.
Where this Ganga thing came? That is the reason generally.
We enter in the Ganga after taking blessings, and then we offer the water.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
correct. So thank you for reminding. That's the reason generally we take the question answer at the end, because you completely get where we were. So thank you for reminding. So yes, so how we offer the Ganga water to Ganga. So it is not so similarly, everything is given by the Lord. And of course, he doesn't require anything. It is not that he requires anything from us, but as an honor and respect, we give this is our way to pay the respect to the Supreme Lord. That I make you part of my life because you have given me my life. I am the part of your life. I recognize that I am part of your life. My life exists because you exist. So I was telling that when the woman conceive at the time of union of men and women, so first the Paramatma enters and then the Jivatma enters. Many times we have the relation intercourse, but no, soul does not enter. But sometimes the Paramatma enters and the soul enters. So soul ka existence is only there because the Paramatma is there inside. So we are it is our relation to the Supreme Lord is eternal. From the time immemorial, since the jiva is there in the existence, it has a relation with the Supreme Lord. My relation to my father and mother and husband and children is only for a few years in this life, and we are so attached to them. And my relation to Krishna is from like life after life. I always tell this example that if I have a husband and I have my child or my son is there, and if I die and I become a cockroach, and somebody comes and says she is your mother in the form of cockroach, my husband and my son will not come and embrace me. They'll say, kill this cockroach. They will not come and embrace, oh, she's my mother, wow, ma, I just want to be hugging you and I'll doing thing. No, they will reject. But Krishna will not reject. Whether we take the body of a lion, whether we take a body of an insect, whether we become the worm in the stool, which is most abominable, becoming the worm in the stool. Krishna is still there in Paramatma with us. The Jivatma's existence is not there if the Paramatma is not there. Existence of Jivatma is only there because the Paramatma is there. So my bonding to Krishna is the most strong bonding, should be. But unfortunately, we have forgotten him. Unfortunately, being in the material world for so many lifetimes, we forgot our relationship with Krishna. So purpose of reading this Bhagavad Gita, purpose of reading scriptures, purpose of reading, taking shelter of the knowledge, is to revive that consciousness. That you are not an ordinary person, you are an eternal soul. Why you have to change your body again and again? Why you want to die again and again? You are eternal. Because we have unlimited desire, because we have unlimited activities, because we have so many binding of the karma. Like yesterday I was telling, we have to come back again and again, again and again, we have to change the body. Sometimes we become insects, sometimes birds, sometimes bees, sometimes human beings, sometimes rich, sometimes poor. Different places we take birth. Actually, we should not, because we are eternal. And that is actually, if you logically also think, the whole universe, everybody is making an advancement, trying to make an advancement to become eternal. In the material, in the development of the science is also so that we become eternal, we don't die. Science has not yet come with that, but they want to conquer the death. They want to conquer the old age. They want to conquer the disease. That is why the whole research, so much money we are spending just for these things. But unfortunately, it is not possible in this body, because this material world is called as ashashvatam. It is temporary. We are trying to make it permanent. So we are actually making an effort, lot of effort to make it permanent. So that we take so much care of everything so that we don't die, we don't become old, because it's our nature. So it is not an artificially we are doing, because it's a jiva's nature to be eternal, because soul is eternal. So that is the reason we are making an effort to become eternal. But unfortunately, we do not know how to become eternal. The concept is correct, we are eternal, we want to be eternal. But the process is not correct. We think that we will make scientific advancement, we will conquer death, we will become immortal. It is not possible by those things. But reaching to the place, becoming the associate of the Lord, reaching to the place which is permanent, we all can become immortal. We all can conquer death. So that is how our relationship with Krishna is so very strong. And that is how and this is our nature to develop that relationship. And that is the reason we need to develop. So it is not a choice. I want to be spiritual, I don't want to be spiritual. We don't have choice. it is a requirement. Sometimes there is a difference between choice and requirement. Choice means you do it or you don't do it. It is up to you. But it is a requirement. We cannot avoid it. But unfortunately, we have not understood that it is a requirement. We still think it's a choice. But we all will understand sometime in some life, we all will understand that this is not a choice. This is our requirement. When it becomes our requirement, we will definitely be very serious about it. Like we think the job is requirement, taking care of the family is requirement, being a nice person is requirement, being a good citizen is required. And we are very careful in dealing those things. We have not understood that becoming Krishna conscious or reviving my relationship, becoming Krishna conscious is what? Reviving my relationship with the Supreme Lord is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not some word just to be pronounced. It is means reviving our relationship with the Lord. So that is a not choice. That is a requirement for Jiva. So the whole Bhagavad Gita principle is based on that. But the whole Bhagavad Gita teaching is, essence of the teaching is this one. So this is how Krishna will teach in different chapter in different ways. Okay, you want to do karma, okay, you do like this. Okay, you want to be yogi, okay, you be like this yogi. Okay, you want to cultivate knowledge, okay, you cultivate. Whatever you are doing, you do in a manner said that you do not inculcate any reaction. So we were discussing about those sannyasi. If he becoming sannyasi, but still he wants to gain something out of his sannyasa order, then he is creating karma. Again, he's creating karma because he's thinking, I want to attain this. I want to get very powerful. I want people to worship me. I want people to be, I'm mystic yogi. So people are very much like amazed to see my thing. People will respect me. People will give so much money to me. So externally, he has given up everything, but mentally he's doing so many thinking and he has this thought process to achieve this. So still he is doing karma. So he's akarma, karma, inaction, action. And a person who is very genuinely following his duty, he has a grihastha, he has a family, he has a children, he's doing everything. He knows that if Krishna has given me everything, I have to take care of them very nicely, following the instruction of Krishna. What we see, I would very practically say, one part we are very serious. Second part we miss. That is the problem. One part very serious. Yes, I have to take care of my family. That is my priority. My children are my priority. My job is my priority. That we are very serious. But the second part is all those things are given to you by Krishna. You have to follow Krishna consciousness and make them also Krishna conscious is also your responsibility. There we are lacking. So being householder is not a problem. Being an engineer, doctor, or chartered accountant and earning money is not a problem. It's not at all a problem. But gaining out of them the karma is a problem. So we have to, that consciousness has to be purified. Everything what I'm doing, it is as a service to the Supreme Lord, because he has given me this opportunity and I'm just doing it and I'm offering the result, not mentally also. Yesterday we were discussing the same thing. Haripalya Prabhu had asked this question, what should I do? Should I give up everything? Not he, one person should give up everything, just accept whatever is given to him. No, you make an effort. But then you also give your time to your spiritual life. Follow the instruction, read Bhagavad Gita, try to understand what Krishna is saying. Give some time to this, cultivate this also simultaneously. Once we start cultivating this, other thing, everything, all our activity becomes spiritual. The moment we start living on the principles of Bhagavad Gita, all my activity is spiritual now. Now there is nothing material. Because everything what we are doing and trying to do is as an instruction to Krishna. So nothing is material, then everything becomes spiritual. So this is the science given to us by the acharyas. That this is how we should do. So how to not create karma. So you understood action in inaction, inaction in action. Clear to everyone?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we'll continue today here from. Yes. So we'll inaction, symptom of detached worker. So we'll start from text 19. Yasya sarva samarambha.
Mataji, here screen is not sharing, changing for us.
Oh, I don't understand it. It does not change for you all. Now? Now changed?
Yeah.
यस्य सर्वा समारंभा काम संकल्प वर्जितः ज्ञानाग्निदग्ध कर्मणाम तम आहो पंडिताम बुधा. Now Krishna says, yasya sarva samarambha, one who is understand to be in full knowledge. Kama sankalpa varjita. So then he is devoid. Varjita, he will not do any sankalpa for desire. Kama sankalpa varjita. Like we have all the activity, any activity we have, the desire is first. This is why I want to do it. He is, whose endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. Desire can be there, but it should not be for our enjoyment. It should not be for our sense gratification. It should not be that I attain this to enjoy myself. I attain success, offer the result that also to Krishna, and use my success or whatever Krishna has given, talent, in the service of the Lord. So that is how the one who is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by the sages to be a worker for whom the reaction of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So this is also a yajna. Yajna only does not mean that you are just putting some butter in the fire and chanting the swaha, swaha, swaha. That is not yajna. All our actions are also yajna if we do it in the right consciousness. When we offer what is the yajna means? Yajna means there is a yajna purush. Yajna purush is Vishnu. And when we do the yajna, we offer the oblation to him to please him. That is what is yajna. We try to please him. Of course, with the yajna, we have a lot of desire to get, but at least desire is to please him and get something from him. So pleasing the Lord, we do the yajna. So if we follow the instruction of the Lord also, all our activities are like a yajna. It is not that you may be having a different profession, but you are following the sincerely activities and doing it very nicely, following the instruction of the Lord, then we are also performing the yajna. So here he says he burns up by the fire of perfect knowledge, all his reactions. So when we start doing, I don't have any material desire to by the senses. And once we have this knowledge, then all our activities, whatever activity we are doing, it burns up all our result of our actions. So our activity becomes also yajna. Tyatva karma phala sangam nitya tripto nirashrayah karmani abhipravittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action. He is very satisfied with his activity and he is independent. He doesn't have the desire, the results of the action. And although he is engaged in all kind of undertaking. So this we can see here, the devotees are actually the devotees' life. Those who are practicing Krishna consciousness is very busy because they have to do their material life as well as their spiritual life. They are engaged in all sort of activities. It is not that they are only sitting and chanting whole day. No, they also have different duties. They are parents also. They are also working in the office. They also have to do things. But the thing is, rest of the time they use in Krishna set, like cultivating the knowledge, chanting the name, following a very sattvic life, offering the result to Krishna. So they are free from all the reactions. So it is not that their activities are very different. Their activities and a normal person's activities are almost the same. The only difference is that their consciousness is different. They are not having the consciousness to enjoy the results. They are satisfied, happy with what they are doing. And they are not engaged in so much material activity, which unnecessarily, actually those are sinful. And we unnecessarily create a problem for us also. We do not even understand that with spending my money, I am bringing more bad karma for me. This is the Kali Yuga. That understanding we don't have. That if there are certain things forbidden in the scripture, definitely if I perform those activities, it brings bad karma into my life. So I am spending my own money and creating more bad karma for me. What intelligence this is? because we are not aware of all these things. We think it is fine, it is right. What is the harm in doing this? What is the problem in doing this? But it is abandoned in the Shastras. It is considered as a sinful act. So we will create karma. So there is another person is there. He is working everything, doing everything, but he's detached. He's offering the result to the Lord. He's spending his time in cultivating the knowledge. With the knowledge, he is doing his activity with the knowledge, so that he is becoming free from all the karma. So here it is, nirashire yatta chittatma, free from desire. He is self-controlled. Tattva sarva parigraha. He is free from sense of proprietorship. He doesn't think that everything belongs to me. He very clearly knows that whatever we have, everything is given to me by the mercy of the Lord. And if it can be taken away also from me. Lord has given me for some purpose. Whenever he wants, he can take it all away from me, even in my own life. I am speaking because of the mercy of the Lord. I am walking because of the mercy of the Lord. Maybe tomorrow morning I get up, I will not have voice in my throat. I may not have vision in my eyes. I may not have hearing. I may have heart attack and no, I'll not be anymore in 2 minutes time. I have no control on our own body. So what is the proprietorship? What we think that it belongs to me. Nothing belongs to me. My own body cannot belong to me. Nothing belongs to me. So he is free from sense of proprietorship. Shariram kevalam karma. He works only for the bare necessities of the life. Shariram kevalam karma. To maintain the life, we have to do something. And he does the things to maintain the life, whatever is necessity. Kurvan napnoti kilvisham. He doesn't incur sin. So he does not do any activity which will give him sin. See, sometimes we have become so used to, our senses have become so gross that knowing also we cannot overcome this. Sometimes even if I know that this is bad, I should not do, but the kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samadva. You remember in the third chapter, Krishna Arjuna asks, I know this is not good for me, but what is the force which is making me do all these things? This chapter came because of that. Arjuna, so Krishna said, Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samadva. It is your desire here, Arjuna, desire to enjoy. And it is so powerful that it forces you to do. So how do I overcome my desire? By knowledge. Slowly by knowledge, purify your activity and develop. You don't incur any sin. Yadraksha labha santushto. He is satisfied with whatever comes on its own accord. Then the dvandavito vimatsara. He is tolerant of duality. He is not disturbed in duality. It is not that becoming Krishna conscious, the difficulty will not come. Sometimes people ask, Mataji, he was such a nice, wonderful devotee. Why is suffering so much? Material, in the material life, sometimes material difficulty comes to everybody's life, even to devotee's life. Even you're chanting Hare Krishna also, some miseries will come. Krishna gives us a token. Since we are in the material world, to remind us that you are still in material world. If Krishna takes away everything, we will become sinful only, because we will forget. So sometimes Krishna, what he does, most of it removes, little he'll give us a token to remind us you are still in material world. Be very careful. So even though difficulty comes, a devotee of the Lord knows that it is for my own purification, Lord has given me some difficulties. So he does not get affected by those difficulties. He is free from envy. He has no enemy. So sometimes you say that I want to be a good person. In material world, maximum what we want to achieve, I want to be a good person. So you see, all this is good qualities only. Good quality of a person. Like all these are a good quality of a person. He is steady in both success and failure. This is what we want to be cultivating. I should not be disturbed. So much mental stress is there these days. People are committing suicide. People are going into depression and going to the therapist to take the advices because they are not steady. But a devotee becomes steady in both success and failure, whether he achieves or he does not achieve. He is very steady. He is never entangled, although performing all actions, because he knows how to perform the action. He is unattached to the modes of material nature. Gata sangasya muktasya. He is not affected. Jnana avasthita chetasa, fully situated in transcendental knowledge. He knows that this life has been given me to, and body has been given to perform some activities. I know how to perform the activities so that I don't create any more karma. Samagram pravilyate, does not incur sinful reactions, merges into transcendence. So if we develop these qualities, so slowly, with the knowledge, and when we start practicing, it will not that you will say all this quality you can see in a person right now. Everybody is a practicing devotee, those who are even practicing. But slowly, he will cultivate these qualities, because this knowledge has been given to us. Nobody is teaching this knowledge nowadays. Who is teaching us to be like this? If we are like this, there is no problem in our life. Whatever situation is there, we can be very happy, peaceful, not disturbed, satisfied. We are not envious. We are not harming others. We can be having a happy relation with everyone. We can be a happy person. Nowadays, everything is there except happiness in the life. We have cars, bungalows, jewelries, watches, automobiles, everything, but there's no happiness because these things are lacking. So by studying the Shastras, we develop these qualities. Then he says, Yajna is spiritual consciousness leads to spiritual goal. Brahmarpanam Brahma Haver Brahma Agno Brahma Hutam Brahmana Hutam Brahmaevatena Gandhavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom. He is fully absorbed because he is working on that. He has to consciously make an effort to remove all the whatever problem I have. So he make a conscious effort and sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to the spiritual activity. Everything what he is doing is trying to be spiritual, in which consumption is absolute and which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. So whatever activity he is giving, whatever result is everything is spiritual. Sometimes people ask, even I had this question before, I am cleaning my house. How do I think this is Krishna conscious activity? I'm going and buying the vegetable from the market, or I'm going and buying the dress for myself. How this is a Krishna conscious activity? Like we used to always hear, everything make it as a Krishna conscious activity. How I used to think always, how these things are Krishna conscious activities. Then reading the scripture over and over and over and over again, we realize when I think this house is mine, of course, it's not a Krishna conscious activity. When I know that this house belongs to Krishna, Krishna is the proprietor of the house. It is his house. It is my duty to clean it. It is his house. I have to cook for him because it is his house. So now I am, even though I am cleaning the house, if somebody comes at home, and if Prabhupada taught us that you should know that they are Krishna's guest, they have come to your house. Because whosoever is coming to your house, you will give Krishna to them. So you have to take care of them because they are Krishna's guest. So just keeping this as a focus that it is not mine. When I think that this is my house, I have to clean, I have to keep it very beautiful, I have to keep it nice. So then it is mine. Then I am getting all the results. When I think Krishna's house should be more beautiful than my house actually. Why not? Krishna's house. So even though you are doing, but your consciousness is all this does not belong to me. It is his. Right now he has given me. I am living there. He may take away and I may leave it and go somewhere else. So this is the consciousness we live. Then everything what we do becomes Krishna conscious. So this is how we need to practice slowly. Of course, it doesn't come in 1 day, 2 day, 4 day. Still, we have so much attachment. It is not that we are completely renounced. Still, we have so much attachment. But at least theoretically, we are trying to understand it is all his, and I am just like an instrument and doing things on his behalf. At least theoretically, we understand. Practically, it will take some time to be on that platform all the time. Then it is 25 to 33 now, attaining the jnana through yajna. So for attaining the knowledge, because last chapter, you remember, Krishna said, all your karma can be burned with the knowledge. When you do the activity with the knowledge, then all your activity becomes spiritual. And that is why this chapter is Jnana Yoga. So now, by performing different sacrifice, how you attain the jnana. Daivameva pare yagyam yoginah paryupasate brahmagna yagyam yagyo naiva upajuhyati. So a different type of yagya Krishna will teach us. What are the yagya we can do? Different people do different type of yagya. See, all of us are doing, if we follow the scripture also, we are not on the same platform. Some may follow the scripture and have a material desire. Some may follow the scripture, may not have material desire. Some may follow the scripture and have completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. So even though following the scripture also, we are all different platform. So some people have worshipped the demigod to get different things, because so they follow the scripture, they worship the demigod gives them whatever is required. So some yogis perfectly worship the demigod by offering their sacrifice to them, and some offer sacrifice in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. So some people worship the demigod by offering sacrifice, some worship to Brahman. Mind control. Some of the brahmacharis, they do the sacrifice of hearing. The sacrifice of time, like you are all doing now. This is also a sacrifice. Reading Bhagavad Gita has always been a sacrifice. You are all listening, I am speaking, we are all sitting in a yajna and trying to act as a, like we are getting the result of being a sacrifice over there. So some of the unadulterated brahmacharis sacrifice the hearing process and sense in the fire of mental control, and others, the regulated householders, sacrifice object of senses in the fire of senses. So brahmacharis, they try to utilize their ear in hearing. The grihasthas, they also object the senses. They try to control their senses. That is also sacrifice. I am trying to control my senses. I am not giving the thing which is required for material, this thing. So that is also sacrifice. Because I am trying to not providing them for the sense enjoyment. I am trying to control my senses by giving them something superior. So this is also sacrifice. So all our activity, any activity, whatever, even going to the office or cleaning the floor is also become sacrifice. If we have this in the mind, I am doing it for pleasing Krishna. That is it. Krishna has given me this service. I want to do it for the best, to do it to please, so that Krishna is pleased by my service. We have the motive that the boss should be pleased, wife should be pleased, husband should be pleased, and nobody is pleased at the end of the day. So much effort we make, and we are not able to please anybody. Everybody has you have not done this, you have not done this, you have not done. Nobody is pleased with my service. But if we have this attitude that I am being given as a service, and this is my responsibility, and I want to play, Krishna is very easily pleased. Then some says sarvandriya karmani prana karmani cha pare atma sanyamya yogagno juhyati jnana deepate. Others who are interested in achieving the self-realization through the control of the mind and senses, offer the function of all the senses and of the life breath as oblation in the fire of control mind. So they try to control their mind completely. So what do they do? All their each senses have some function. Tongue has some function, ear has some function, eyes has some function. I have a choice to give them. I can eat whatever I want, or I eat whatever Krishna wants me to eat. I can hear whatever I want, or I hear what help me to increase my Krishna consciousness. I can see whatever I want. That is like a sense enjoyment. But I see whatever Krishna wants me to see. So each our organs have we have a liberty. This liberty has been given to us, and that is called the free will. And we misuse our free will and try to opt the thing which is not good for my Krishna consciousness. We opt for it by choosing the free will, by opting our free will. So Krishna has given us the free will. So now I have an option, what I want to give. There is the Gigo principle. What goes in comes out. Whatever you will give, that only will come out in my personality, in my character, in my behavior, in my thought process. If I give something nice, my personality will be different. If I give all the garbage from everywhere, my personality will definitely be different. Because what goes in will come out, in my personality, in my behavior, in my character, in my everything, in my talking, in my whatever I'm doing. Because whatever I'm seeing, eating, doing, that only is changing my consciousness. So this is also a sacrifice by controlling the mind. Some people do the complete yajna. This is called the yajna of meditation, which we people generally do. The ashta 8 limbs of the yoga. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. This we will read more in the 6th chapter, soon after, like one more chapter. This we'll completely read. Krishna has kept one full chapter for Dhyan Yoga. So we'll read it over there. I'm not going in detail here, but we'll do the shloka. Dravya yagya trapo yagya yoga yagyas tatha pare swadhyaya yagya yagyascha yataya samshita vrataha. Having accepted the strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possessions and other by performing severe austerity. So some people give in fire their possessions. Like we have some money, we have some forget about money. Money giving is very, very hard nowadays. At least my quality I give to Krishna. I may be a very good painter. I should use my talent in painting nice picture of Krishna. I may be a very good singer. I should sit and sing the bhajan of Krishna, nice, for the Krishna's pleasure. I may be having a talent of a very good accountant. Okay, there is a service for them also. It's a big institution. I should take some this thing. We have such a big institution. We should use. Okay, we need so many volunteers actually to come and serve. I'm a doctor. Also, I can use my talent. We have so many hospitals, and we go and treat the devotees and treat the others also. By being very Krishna conscious, we have a hospital in Bombay where so many patients, all the outsider patients only comes, but they only not treat them. Every evening, devotees go and read the Bhagavad Gita to them. Every room has a speaker and they play the kirtan, and everybody, those who are lying on the bed, they are sitting and hearing kirtan. So, and in the evening, they do Sandhya Aarti and bring the deities in all the rooms and give them darshan. So they are being treated also, and at the same time, they as a food also, they get the Krishna Prasad over there. So we have money, we should contribute to these services. Okay, I'll give some money to use my money in the service of the wherever all these things are happening. I want to contribute some money. So we have so much talent. So we can use. You may be very good. Maybe you can help us to make PPT also, PowerPoint presentation. So maybe you are good at so many other things. So everybody has, God has gifted each one of us with so much talent. So we should find out what I can do with this talent. And how I can utilize in this and use my talent in the service of Krishna. So that is also become sacrifice. Performing severe austerity. Some people are very austere. They go to jungle and they want to stand in one leg and perform this. So they give up their material life and try to be austere. So they sacrifice that, their material happiness, in the terms of becoming more and more austere. So different people are, some people are cultivating knowledge, like you are all doing a yajna by cultivating the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So different people, and all this can be yajna if it is used in the service of the Lord. Some people may read Bhagavad Gita also just to make a profession. Nowadays, you see so many Bhagavatam reciter comes and they ask 5 lakh rupees for doing Bhagavatam, 10 lakh rupees for doing Bhagavatam. You give me this money, you give me airfare, you give me this, you give me that, and then only I perform. So this has also become a process for earning some money. So this should not be there. So knowledge should be given. And in terms of when we receive the knowledge, of course, we should give some, one who is giving us the knowledge. We should take care of the person. We should contribute to him, because that person earlier, abhi now to we are all grihasthas, so we have our own setups, so we don't have any problem. But the Brahmanas, those who give the knowledge, they have dedicated their life in cultivating knowledge and giving knowledge to us. So it is our duty to maintain them, because they don't earn money. We earn money. So we give them whatever they need. They need very, very bare minimum, but we contribute to protect them, so that they can spend all their time in reading, spreading knowledge. So this is how the Vedic system is there. So some people do pranayam. Pranayam is also to breathing in and out and all controls the mind, so that all our material desire becomes subdued slowly, slowly. So different types of sacrifice here. Demigod worship, Karma Yogi worship the demigod by different sacrifice. Brahman worship, Jnana Yogi sacrifice into the fire of Brahman. Then mind control, brahmacharis offer the senses in fire of mind control. Then sense enjoyment, grihasthas offer sense object. So when I was telling this, that when you we sense enjoyment, like we have an option of going out and being with our friend and enjoying somewhere out, and we have opted to be in the Bhagavad Gita class and hear it. So you have sacrificed your sense enjoyment with them, and you have opted to be here. So that is how it is sacrifice. So when we give up that, I don't want to eat this, I want to be a very regulated life. So we are trying to sacrifice those things, sense enjoyment, and opting for this. So when we sacrifice those things, then it becomes a sacrifice. And then Krishna is pleased because we are doing it for Krishna. Then Krishna is pleased with this. Oh, this person is giving up these things to connect with me. So Krishna is pleased with these activities. Self-control, follower of the Patanjali yoga system, offer the function of their senses and for the self-control. Charity, dravya yagya or sacrifice one's possession. So if we do charity also, it's a great yagya. Like if I'm earning 100 rupees and I'm giving 20 rupees or 10 rupees or 5 rupees in charity, means I am opting not to enjoy that 5 rupees for myself, and I'm doing it for someone else. So that is also a sacrifice. Austerity, tapoyagya, sacrifice by performing severe austerities. Mysticism, yogi yagna, or practice of the yoga of eightfold yoga system. Scriptural study, swadhyaya yagya, or studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge. So one thing here I will more clear, all these are sacrifice. These are all sacrifices. But if you do all this sacrifice also with some desire, then it is not pure. That is, sacrifice is there, but again it will give us some result, because I want to attend. I do want to do the charity to gain the name. I want to do the charity so that everybody should know that I have given the charity. So what will happen? It will be considered as a punya karma. It will be very nice because I'm giving some money, so it is nice, but it will give us the result again. So this sacrifices will also give us the result if we have not a pure consciousness and if we are doing for some purpose. But it is good. It's a pious activities. So purpose of the sacrifice, this is very important. So I'll try to see if we can do this. All sinful reactions are destroyed. Sarve piyeta yagya vido yagya shipta kalmashaha yagya shishta amrita bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam. All this performance who know the meaning of the sacrifice become cleans of sinful reaction. Those who know the meaning of the sacrifice and having tasted the nectar of the result of sacrifice, they advance toward the spiritual central atmosphere. So this is what we said, that once you know the meaning of sacrifice, why I'm doing this sacrifice, if I'm doing it to the pleasing the Lord as a duty, then it will purify my consciousness. I'll become free from all my sinful desires, sinful actions, and I will advance in spiritual. But by doing sacrifices also, we have this, I want to do this thing to gain this thing, my material problem should be solved, I should attain this, so if we have some desire and doing sacrifice, again it is only giving, it is not purifying, it is just giving the punya karma. Purification is different than the punya. Punya karma means I'm doing something good, I'll get some good result out of it after today, tomorrow, after this life, maybe in 20 life, or maybe next life, or maybe in this life, we'll get some good result. Purification means that the heart is purified now, we do not have any desire to enjoy. So if we do with this knowledge that I'm doing the sacrifice, sacrifice is purifying. But if you have desire, it will not purify us. It will purify, then also it will be very slow. But if we have pure consciousness, no, I want to do this sacrifice to advance in my spiritual life, then it will help us to advance. Otherwise, sacrifice purifies also very slowly. Without sacrifice, if I don't do any sacrifice, what will happen? Nayam loko asti ayajjana sikuto naya kurusattamaha. Oh, best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. what then of next? So as we said, it is not our choice. It is a requirement. If we are not having the sacrifice, then we are acting sinful. And sinful people can never live happily. If we perform the sinful activity, how can we be happy? We will always be having the fear. What we have in this life is always we are fearful of something. It is because we are doing consciously, unconsciously some activity which gives us the fear. If you have not done anything wrong, you will be fearless. I don't care about anything. Whatever will happen, because I have done anything not wrong, people are fearless. We are only fearful because knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, we have performed the activity which gives us fear. So that's what Krishna says also. You cannot live happily. We all want to live happily or not. We are doing all the things to become happy. But we cannot be happy if we are only living for our sense enjoyment. And sense enjoyment, there are two types of sense enjoyment. One sense enjoyment is with the scriptural injunction. One sense enjoyment is against the scriptural injunction. Against the scriptural injunction is going to get us sinful reaction. With the scriptural injunction, it will give us some karma, maybe pious activities, punya karma. So Krishna says many more type of sacrifices there. All these different types of sacrifice are approved by the Vedas, and for all of them are born of different types of work. Knowing them as such, you will become liberated. So there are many more sacrifices, and these are all coming from the scripture. You have to lead your life following the Vedic injunctions, Vedic sacrifice, and then you will be slowly, slowly liberated. Then he says, this is the last shloka we'll do today. Shreyana dravyamaya yagya jnana yagya parantapa sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. He says, O chastiser of the enemy, the sacrifice performed in the knowledge is better than the mere sacrifice of material possession. So when you do it with the knowledge, then it is more effective. I am giving the material possession, but I do not know why I'm doing, or I'm doing with some material desire. Then it is not better. With the knowledge, when we are doing to attain superior or attain to get spiritual knowledge, then is going to be helpful. After all, O son of Partha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. So all this sacrifice slowly will lead us to transcendental knowledge. So one thing is there, like even if you are not following the sacrifice, even you have a desire, but you are doing some sacrifice, you are following the instruction of the Vedas and pleasing some demigod for some, or we are giving some donation for some name or fame, or as a pious activity. So I am getting the good result. But slowly, slowly, since I am giving some part of it, there is some purification, little purification is there. Because anyway, you are making a sacrifice, right? You are giving 10% of your salary, you are giving 10% of your time, you are giving 10% of your talent, you are giving 10% of your position. So that sacrifice we are making. Of course, we are getting some result out of it because I want result. But that because we are making sacrifice, there is this purification also. So that purification is slow, but it will happen. So slowly it will lead to the knowledge where we will understand that I don't want any result from this sacrifice. So initially we are doing with some motive, but the later with the knowledge we will understand this all sacrifices what we are doing, we do not require anything. The ultimate aim is to cultivate the knowledge and be liberated. Mental speculation, dry argument, or independent study of books cannot help one attain perfect knowledge. One has to approach. So this is the now section we will do next week. And this is the most important section of this chapter. Where to gain all this knowledge? Knowledge is so important because knowledge will only liberate us from bonding. So how to get? So we heard that we should be last section where we saw that there's a different parampara. We should try to follow the parampara. We should try to take the guru from the parampara. So we'll see what Krishna is telling us, how to receive, from whom to receive this knowledge, and what do I do to receive that knowledge? Am I also supposed to do something to receive the knowledge? So this section we will do next class, and probably next Saturday we will finish this chapter and we'll start chapter 5. So you are all going on a very fast track. I don't know how much you are all understanding. I don't know whether I'm slow or fast or I'm able to convey the message or not. So please give your feedback. If you have anything, if you want to ask anything, please share.
Yes,
Mataji, one question.
Devo Bhav. So I think you said it correctly. When it is Krishna's house, we should welcome the guest. So this is what is being always said, Atiti Devo Bhav.
Yeah.
So I think that could be the reason only. Now
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything belongs to him. I also belong to him. So I'm just like you have a caretaker in your house probably, and caretaker is taking care on your behalf. She doesn't say it is my house. Okay, but anybody comes in the house, she will take care or he will take care because it's my like a master's guest. I have to take care of them. So he is the master. We are the servants. He has been very kind to entertain us also in his house. So we are living in his house somehow because so it is our duty to serve him, take care of him, take care of
Correct.
everything of what he has. So this is what Prabhupada has taught us, that and then one shift in consciousness, everything's changed. Now nothing belongs. When your house is not yours, then nothing belongs to you. Everything is his. Everything what you're doing is for his pleasure only, and it is for him only. So that one shift in the consciousness makes a lot of change in our thought process.
Mataji, there is one question. You said in the starting that we were talking about Ganga. So it is also said that you wear Tulsi Mala and it helps you to remove your negativity and all those things. So is it similar to what Ganga does as a clearing of sins, or is it?
No, I see. Probably these Tulsi is very potent and powerful. So, like Ganga is coming. Ganga is also a devotee of the Lord, coming to this planet from the feet of the Lord. Tulsi is also a very, very great devotee of the Lord. Tulsi is one of the associate of Radharani in the spiritual world, who has come into the material world to purify. It is said in Kali Yuga, the Ganga, the Tulsi, and the Govardhan, which is there in Vrindavan. They have come from the spiritual world to give us the mercy in person. So I can touch Tulsi Maharani. Tulsi Maharani is a great devotee of the Lord, but I can touch the plant. So there is so much benefit of just seeing the Tulsi, just pouring water to Tulsi, just doing parikrama to Tulsi, just putting the seed into the pot to grow the new Tulsi, just giving gift as a Tulsi Maharani. So Tulsi have unlimited benefit also. Of course, it removes the, like material world mate removes your negativity because it brings more auspiciousness in your life. So Tulsi brings a lot of auspiciousness in our life. So we can direct worship like Ganga, Tulsi, and Govardhan. We can directly touch them, feel them, worship them. So they are all expansion of Krishna to give us the mercy. So wherever the Krishna is there, there is no negativity. Automatically, there is no negativity, because wherever the Lord is there, there is no negativity. So it will remove the negativity. In terms of this thing, we do not wear Tulsi to remove the negativity. We wear the Tulsi because she is a great devotee of the Lord, and by worshipping Tulsi, by the mercy of Tulsi Maharani, we will also become close to the Lord. So that is, but in general, yes, it will remove your negativity because it brings all direct version is that it will bring auspiciousness in your life.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
So where it is, Yamraj had told, Yamraj was told when after the Ajamila's case, Yamraj said that any house whom you should not touch, because Yamadutas were, maybe I'll tell this story next class, somebody remind me. So Yamaduta had, how do we know who is devotee and who is not devotee? He said anybody who is wearing Kanthimala, any house where Tulsi is there, you cannot touch them. So Yamaraja is also fearful to touch those people, or Yamadutas are fearful to touch those people, those who wear Kanthimala, those who have Tulsi Maharani in their house, those who chant the holy name of the Lord, those who have Gita in their house. Yamaraja will not enter in those houses. Yamaduta will not enter in those houses. It is instruction given to them. You don't enter in those houses.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Sanjay Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Mataji, so today's learning is just correct that sacrifice with objective is no sacrifice, and sacrifice if propagated is also not a sacrifice.
Yes. No, it is a sacrifice, but it depend on what result it will give you. If you propagate the sacrifice, it will give you the material benefit. If you don't propagate it and you do it for the higher purpose, then sacrifice will lead to the knowledge and to the nishkam karma. But if you do the sacrifice with some material motive, then it will give us the material result, desired result.
But sacrifice has to be for the higher motive.
It should be. But
Yes.
since we are not in the higher platform right now, so we do the sacrifice initially like we worship the demigod. We should not worship God, we should only worship Krishna. But since we are not aware of it and we still have so much material desire, so how do we enjoy? So by pleasing the Devta, we get and we offer the result to them and we have some enjoyment. So that's like a authentic way of sense enjoyment.
Right. Thank you.
And there is a sinful way of sense enjoyment. You go against the Veda and enjoy the senses. There's authentic way of sense enjoyment that you marry a sacrifice you do and you marry a woman and then have a relationship with her. So that's it. Sense enjoyment is there also with the women and men. But that isn't that's not sinful.
Right.
But out of the marriage, you go and do this relationship, then it is sinful.
Sinful, yes.
Right. So this is how, there is a sense enjoyment within the Vedic injunctions also. So if you follow Vedic injunction and enjoy, so at least you are not getting sinful reaction. You are only getting some karma, maybe that is a punya karma, but you are getting into the reaction, but this is not sinful.
Right.
But going against the scripture and enjoyment is a sinful reaction.
Right, Mataji. Thank you.
Mataji, 24th shloka, Brahmarpanam Brahma Havir. That shloka, I've seen many people chant before taking their food, before having their food.
Yeah, everything.
Why we have in Bhagavad Gita there are so many shlokas, but why they've taken this shloka?
This shloka is only because this says that everything you offer, or whatever is there, everything is been offered. It is as a sacrifice. So that is the reason probably people chant this mantra for this, because in this mantra is there that what you are eating, whatever is cooked, whatever is there, everything is been offered. So in that sense, probably people chant so that everything belongs to the Supreme Lord as an offering.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Mataji,
Yes.
Mataji, I have a doubt. Tulsi Mala can we wear or we have to do only japa?
No, you can. There is a different Tulsi Mala come for wearing, not the same. Japa Mala beads are bigger. Wearing Kanthi Mala beads are smaller, which we can wear. But there is some rules and regulations for wearing Kanthi Mala. If we can follow, we can wear. We should wear. We should wear because Tulsi Mala gives us protection.
Mataji, we can wear and we can use it for japam also.
No, wearing Tulsi, that's what I'm saying. Wearing Kanthi Mala is different than Japa Mala. Japa Mala is a big bead. Kanthi Mala wearing is a very small bead. We cannot wear big beads. So that we should not wear. There's a different Japa Kanthi Mala. We can wear those Kanthi Mala. But yes, we should be a little bit purified to wear the Kanthi Mala. Then we should wear. Everybody should wear Kanthi Mala. Kanthi Mala means that we belong to Krishna. Like a dog has a neck belt, na? So
yes,
we know by seeing the neck belt, we know, oh, this dog belongs to this person. So if the sometime dog is lost, so seeing the neck belt, we can know, achha, this dog belongs to this person, or there's a name he can identify. So by wearing Kanthi Mala, we feel, we offer ourselves to the Supreme Lord that we belong to you. But Japa Mala is not to be worn. Japa Mala is different. Kanthi Mala is like same Tulsi, but Kanthi Mala is different. Japa Mala we can wear sometime if it is required, but why do we want to wear Japa Mala? I don't understand. What is the reason? Why? Like maybe I did not understand your question right, probably.
Like when we are on the way, so we can remove and we can do japam and then we can again wear it in that
No,
way.
keep Japamala in the bag. We have Japa bag
Okay.
also. We should keep it in the bag and we should keep it in the purse. Yes.
Mataji, this Japamala, assuming we are worshipping Krishna, but you also do say Japa for some other deity or something like that. Can you use the same mala? Means Japamala, assuming we are talking about Krishna's jap, we do. And you are also doing, say, some other jap which you have been told. Can it be done on the same mala, Japamala?
No, Japamala used for Krishna only. There should be separate Japamala.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I understand, but I will ask this question because generally we chant only the Mahamantra. So this question has not come into my mind.
So
And,
usually it's like you are praying to Krishna, but then there are some things that you have been told that you also, do jap of this particular deity. So if you're using the same mala, is it okay? Is something which I wanted.
I don't know with other mantra can be chanted or not on the same beat. I have no clue about it. I have not. This is the first time I'm hearing this question. I'll check with someone. But generally, when you are chanting Maha Mantra, you don't require to chant any other thing. Have some full faith because holy name is the Maha Mantra. This is called Maha Mantra. It has everything in it. Everything in it. So don't. My request, humble will be there. Chant this mantra only in everything what you desire you will get from here. So don't deviate yourself from I do this because there is no end. Somebody says today you do this, for somebody else will say okay you have this problem, okay you do this, then third person okay you do. It is so much like our problems are unlimited. The answer to our problem is also unlimited. Different people will keep giving us different advice. How much we can do, how much time we have, and how much those, and what will happen sometime if my problem is not getting solved by saying, see, first of all, if I am doing the japa with the desire that it will solve my problem, then if my problem is not solved by any measure, by Krishna has some plan. Krishna always has some plan. So our faith slowly goes away through the process only. They said to chant, your problem will be solved. Now my problem has not gone. So don't think about this. You think that you are doing to please Krishna. If Krishna wills, he will remove the problem. If Krishna wishes, it will be there. It is all Krishna's will. We have to develop that kind of understanding that it is up to Krishna. If Krishna wants, he will remove. If Krishna does not want, if Krishna can not remove my problem, nobody in the entire universe and Brahman can remove my problem. If Krishna wants, he will remove. If Krishna does not want, how much ever you do, whatever you do, it will not be removed. Because Krishna has some plan through that. Maybe Krishna wants to teach me something. Maybe Krishna wants, I have some better plan for me with that. So my suggestion and request, which what we learned, what Prabhupada has taught us, is this only: you chant for the pleasing of the Lord. And tell Krishna, if you wish, this is all my problems are there. I'm going through all these things. So many things are there. Whatever is there in your life, submit yourself to the Lord and say, Krishna, if you wish, you remove. It is up to you. Whatever you want, I have told to you. You know better than I know. So I just submit to you. Whatever you want, you do it. I want it to be like this, but ultimately you will decide whatever is there. So that is what is called mood of surrender. That is what is called mood of submissiveness. Always, I know we have so many, all of us have so many difficulties in our life, and we want our problem to be removed immediately. We want that I should be overcoming all my problems. So chanting the holy name will help, but leave it to Krishna. Leave it to Krishna. There's no need for any other thing. Krishna is, when we have understood that Krishna is the only one, all the devatas and everything and every process and all the jnana is coming from him. So submitting to Krishna is ultimate. You will not get any better result from doing any other thing. And this is tried and tested not by us. It is the scriptural injunction. It is the scriptural injunction. Brahma was asked that you are the supreme. He said, no, I am not supreme. Krishna is supreme. Lord Shiva was asked, no, I am not supreme. I also chant. Lord Shiva also chant. Somebody told me to chant the mantra of Lord Shiva. But what does Lord Shiva does? He chants the mantra of Ram only and Krishna only. Somebody told me to chant the mantra of Hanuman. I have a problem. What does Hanuman do? Hanuman himself chant Ram, 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 Ram all the time. So what we have to learn from them, we are worshipping them by chanting the Mahamantra. If you chant Mahamantra, Hanuman will be pleased, Lord Shiva will be pleased, Brahma will be pleased, Durga will be pleased, everybody will be pleased. All the nakshatras, all the devatas, everybody will be pleased if you are chanting the holy name. They all become very happy and they all will help us to overcome my problem. Lord Shiva has said in one of the place in Bhagavatam only for Rudra Gita, if my devotee comes to me and Krishna's devotee comes to me, I give preference to Krishna's devotee first. Because Krishna's devotee does not come with any desire. My devotees come with the desire. So I give first preference to Krishna's devotee. This is the Lord Shiva's verdict in Bhagavatam. So they all will help us. Even though I have a problem with any devatas, any graha, any nakshatra, they are all under the shelter of the Supreme Lord. So chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra will help you to overcome everything. I know it takes time to develop the faith, complete faith, but you do it. It will help. I am telling you, it will help. And I am not telling by my own self, I am telling what Shastra says. And even though I will try to find out this answer also for you, whether you can chant or you should have separate, I'll try to find the answer. I just indulge my thing that this mantra is sufficient for everything. But even though I will try to find your answer also. Does it answer your question, Mataji, Priya Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Mahamantra is called Mahamantra. That is the reason, because it is very, very name of the Lord is more than the Lord. I had told one story. Maybe I'll tell you that story today. That story I keep telling many times. If we have all 5 minutes, I'll tell, otherwise I'll tell the next class how potent the mantra is.
Mataji, please tell. I am okay.
So those who are having this thing, some other work, they can leave the meeting, and those who are here, I'll just put this thing. So there was a person, there were two brothers, and one brother was very dharmic, very devotee, and other was completely sinful, completely like two opposite pole. So this brother was both of them were living in the same house, like up and down. So this person was the brother who was a devotee of the Lord. He will invite the sadhus in the house and he'll serve them, and he will chant the holy name and he will read the shastras. And this person, those who are bad person, was completely sinful. He will intoxicate, and he will he'll come and he'll shout at his brother, and he'll abuse him badly, and like all the time. And even when the sadhu comes in his house, he will come and blaspheme the sadhus like left and right. Like how sometimes people are like, no, they are like very against, and they'll just unnecessarily he'll create so much problem. So since this brother, the elder brother, was a devotee of the Lord, so once he had invited some sadhus in his house. So sadhus were eating prasad. So this brother, his younger brother, came and started giving all the abusing word to the sadhus, and he started shouting to his brother, and then he went up to his room. So his elder brother was very, very sad, because why my brother is like this? He's doing so much aparat to the sadhu. We know chanting is to blaspheme the devotee of the Lord is a offense. So, and where he will get the place, he will be so sinful, he will have a miserable life next time also. So his brother used to be very, very concerned about him. So after he left, he asked those sadhus, is there anything you sadhus, I heard, is very powerful and potent. So is there anything you can do for my brother, that he should not suffer even after the death and all, because he is so sinful all the time. He just comes and blasphemes the sadhu. So can you all do anything for him? So sadhu says, yes, sadhus are very potent and powerful. Their words, sadhus are devotees of the Lord. So whatever they say, Lord also hears. So they said yes. So that day, there were some few sadhus in the house. So there was one leader sadhu. He told all his disciples, "You all go. I will make sure that I will do some uddhar of that boy, sinful person, and come." So he went to his room up, and he was in the room. So he knocked the door. So he thought, the brother thought, maybe my brother has come and he will give me some gyan. Why you have done this? You should have not done this. You should have paid respect to the sadhu. He thought maybe he'll come and do all these things. So he opened the door. So this sadhu was very big body sadhu, and he just holded him tight from his neck, and he said, "You have to chant the Hare, like holy name." He said, "No, I will not chant. I will not chant." He said, "No, you have to chant. I will not leave you. Otherwise, I'll make sure that you die." So he was just running out of the breath. And in the fear of the sadhu, he said 2 times, "Ram, Ram." Sadhu said, "That's it. Nothing more." And he said, "Now I have given you this holy name in the dham, and you should not sell this holy name. There is no price to it. Just remember this always, there is no price to it." So he said, "Fine." And then he left. And after a few months, because he was so sinful and he was going through so many bad habits, so he had a cancer and he died. So once he died, so he went to Yamaraj, and Yamaraj saw his complete booklet. When a person goes, his booklet immediately comes. Like we have here nowadays, the networking, that everything is, you go and type here and you see everything right immediately on the screen. So that system is from the ancient time to the Yamaraj court. As soon as we reach, Yamaraj gets complete update of a person within a second. And even we will be shown, like we sometimes, it's a big TV, na, you will be shown. So we will be also shown how you did, what all you did in the whole life. It will be like a full screen go. So Yamaraj dekha ki nothing he has done now good thing in the life. Everything what he has done is taking him to the hell. But he had chanted 2 times the holy name, Ram Ram. So he said, now what to do with this person? We have to give something to the Ram Ram word. Like he has to get some good thing, and rest of the life anyway, time he has to suffer only. So he said, "You have chanted 2 times Ram Ram. What do you want?" He said, "What you can give me?" So Yamaraj said, "I do not know. What is the value of the Ram Ram? What I can give you, I do not know." So then he said, "So you tell me the price of the holy name, then I will decide what I want." So he said, "I do not know what is the price of the holy name. Okay, I will go to the Indra, Devrajendra." So he said, "I'm not going to go like this. You call it like a palki, like a cart, and you take me, and I will go in the palki only." He said, "What to do?" He has chanted 2 times Ram Ram. So that Yamaraj and all the Yamduta carried him, and they went to Indra. Indra said, they asked, "Indra, he has chanted only 2 times holy name, and he's asking what is he can get in return, and we do not know what we can give him." So Indra said, "Even I know holy name is very potent and powerful, but what is the value of this 2 name? I also do not know. We should go to Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is constantly chanting the holy name. He must be knowing the value of the holy name." So now this person said, "Yamaduta, you please remove, because they look very like fearsome. I am very scared to see them. Indra, you carry this thing." Yamaraj and Indra were carrying the cart for him. They took him to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said, "What is this? What is so special? Who is this special person you are bringing? You, Yamaraj and Indra is carrying him on his shoulder. Who is this special person?" He said, No, not special. He is very sinful. All his life, only thing what he has done is sin. Only 2 things he has chanted 2 times Ram Ram. And he asking the price, and we do not know what to give him. So Lord Shiva said, "I am chanting the holy name throughout my life, but I also do not know what is the price of the holy name. So let's go to the Lord Ramachandra only. He will tell, because it's his name." So now the Lord Rama, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Indra, all of them, they carried that person to the Ayodhya. And Ayodhya, when they Saket, the Lord Rama was sitting there and said, "What is happening? Whom you are bringing? Who is so special? All 3 were carrying him and bringing him. What is this special person?" Said, "No, Prabhu, he is no special. He is just chanted the 2 name of the Lord, and he is asking what I can give. We do not know what is the value of this 2 holy name. So we came to you." Lord says, "It is my name. I also don't know the value of it. But since he has chanted his name, He is connected to me. Bring him and put him in my lap. And you three are carrying him in the shoulder. This is the potent of the holy name, that तीनों लोगों के जो Brahma, Shiva and Indra all are carrying that person who is chanting the holy name. So this story is that it is, we actually do not know the value and potency of the holy name actually. There is nothing in the three words as powerful as the holy name. One Ram Nam can remove us the sin which we cannot even desire to commit. One Ram Nam. One Krishna Nam is so potent that it can remove all our sinful act and misery. But because we do not have complete faith in the name, we take it very casually. We have been given such a jewel and we do not know the value of it. So we take it casual. We think, okay, that is the reason the Ram Nam, when we chant that 10 offenses against the holy name, one of the offenses is that considering the name of Lord Shiva, Brahma and everything equal to the holy name, it's an offense. There is one shloka in the Vasam Purana where it says, that's a very favorite shloka of mine, Go Koti Danam Khage Granasya. If you do the thousands and thousands and millions of cows donation in the what you call, when the eclipse is there, when you go and stay in the Allahabad into the Prayagraj, and for lifetime, so many times you stay in the Prayag, you go give the donation of the gold to the Mount Meru, like the amount of gold which is considered to be like Mount Meru. All those things together and chanting the name of Lord is equal. Not even equal. If you compare of all those things with the one name of Ram, then you are called as a Pakhandi, atheist. You don't have faith. So holy name is extremely powerful. Extremely means extremely powerful. So that is the reason Prabhupada has taught us that just have complete faith in the holy name. It will do everything for you. It is coming from the scriptures. Lord Shiva is chanting, Brahma is chanting, Indra is chanting, everybody is chanting the name of the Lord. So why they are teaching us to chant something different? Because we have not complete faith. Once we develop the complete faith, there's no need. There's nothing more than this. Okay, we have already too much time today. Sorry for taking your so much extra time. And see you all. It is so nice always to see you all. Sincerity to be every week. And sitting in the yajna of hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Looking forward to see you all again next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna Rupa. How is your daughter? डॉक्टर आपकी ठीक है रूपा? उसकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी?
कैसे हो माता जी आप? जी माता जी आपकी आवाज थोड़ी ब्रेक हो रही है अभी. आप कैसे हो माता जी?
मैं ठीक हूँ. मैं पूछी आपकी बेटी ठीक नहीं थी, अभी ठीक है?
हाँ, बेटी ठीक नहीं थी और हस्बैंड भी थोड़ा, दोनों को वायरल हो गया था. तो हाँ, दोनों को इकट्ठे. तो बेटर है आज, अभी दवाई से थोड़ा असर हो रहा है.
अच्छा. Okay. So let's chant for Rupa Mataji's husband and daughter once for their good health. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare.
Thank you, Mataji.
Also, I don't know, Priya Mataji is here. We will chant for her also. We will chant for everyone to get complete faith in the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Mataji, already left Mataji.
Okay. हरि बोल।
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.